What's up guys, this is Dave from Gamebreakers, and today we are looking at the Halo 5 multiplayer beta, which has sort of not long since finished. It finished a couple of weeks ago, but the creators of Halo 4, 343 Industries, have released some quite interesting stats about this beta. The gameplay footage you are seeing is obviously from the beta, but it's from the first week, so really all they had was Slayer match types. So I know they released more as the beta went on, but I only recorded from the first week. So yeah, plus Slayer is classic Halo. So talking about the stats then, red versus blue, with blue winning 52.55% of the matches. Total shots fired by anybody and everybody who's played the beta was quite a lot. I don't even know what that number was, but it was quite a lot. Over 100 million total kills, 92 million total assists, roughly, over-ish. The most popular weapon was the sniper rifle of all weapons. Total time for people carrying battle rifles was 207 days. And there was 1 Kill Apocalypse medal earned. There was over 2 million matches played as well during the beta. And 343 were blown away by the response of this beta, which saw 1 million gamers play 20 million matches over the course of its duration, which were well beyond the expectations of 343 themselves, with feedback being, you know, obviously it's a beta, they got the feedback that they needed, they were overwhelmed by it. And really, 343, because of said feedback, have made a list of changes that it's planning to make on Halo 5 based on the feedback from the community, as well as internal testing. Some of these will be the various new features in Halo. One element would be that Halo 5 is widely different from past Halo titles, with the game's intro and victory sequences, some of which you saw at the start of this video, where Spartans, will be sort of like casual, really, giving high fives and chest bumps. As it turns out, 343 are going to sort of wind this back a little bit, to make a more serious military style tone, because essentially that's what Spartans should be, that's how they should act, and they're in the middle of a war zone, they're gonna act more serious instead of joking around bro-like. 343 has spent the past weeks since the beta has ended looking over the Halo 5 player feedback to make a list of improvements. And some of these improvements, will be some of them will be to do with Spartan abilities, increased base speed, increased strafe acceleration, reduced top sprint speed, modifications on ground and pound controls to prevent conflicts with crouch jumping, and just some general tuning and bug fixes for all the Spartan abilities. Those that include thrusters, clamber, and ground pound. Some of the weapons will be weapon improvements will be the new weapon, the Hydra. Never really got to use that because that was introduced in the later weeks in the beta, and I only really played it for the first couple, so I missed out using the Hydra, so I've no idea what the weapon sort of played like, but it's getting an overhaul for the actual release. Some of the other weapons will be the sniper rifle for improved scope experience, to making it less clunky and faster to scope. The DMR to adjust the position of the scope to improve visibility. Bringing back the rocket launcher as a legendary version of the weapon. The SPNKR rocket launcher, whatever that means. Probably a version of the rocket launcher from previous titles. Reduced bonuses for automatic weapons. Remove grenade detonation in midair based on weapon fire. the ability to turn on or off vibration feedback for weapons, and again general tuning and bug fixing for all weapons. Some of the presentation improvements will be the post-death replay. This will become an opt-in feature, so you do not have to watch the kill cam. Medals decrease the frequency and a number of medals displayed in the medal feed, but obviously they will all be there in the post-match summary. Spartan Chatter, players will have the option to turn this on or off in the settings menu. That was added into Halo 5, where Spartans on the same team will talk to each other and give instructions in objective games, and even in Slayer games, to be honest, telling you sort of where enemies are near and stuff like that, if they've spotted an enemy, you know. But that's not necessarily given by the person controlling that character saying something to connect, for example. That will just be a general thing that happens in the game. Some other improvements then, adding highlights to place and drop weapons to make them easier to see. That's similar to ODST's VISR mode, where sort of everything it went into sort of a night vision type mode, and then everything had this like hologram thing around it that you could see, you know, where enemies were, where weapons were, what was friendly, what was an enemy. That'll be something similar that gets added, but it won't be sort of a switched on and off mode. It'll just be there, but obviously it won't be night vision. And some more improvements: general tuning for the announcer and Spartan Chatter to reduce the frequency of events and focus on the information that matters most to players. And then obviously there'll be Halo 5 Guardians will feature a brand new 7-tier competitive skill rating system. The early version was there during the beta, but it didn't really sort of do much. It had a lot of bugs that will be addressed for the full release. Some matchmaking improvements then will be much faster matches, better skill matching, better feedback to players in the lobby and matchmaking experiences. Allow players to set desired data center for matchmaking, but this obviously may impact on matchmaking speed and skill rank. Improve party versus party matchmaking, and punish quitters with credit penalties and matchmaking bans. That was seen in Halo Reach. I remember if you quit out, I think it was 3 consecutive games, you got a 20-minute ban online, which really, you know, that was fair enough. If then you went back into matchmaking and you quit out 3 more times, it went to 40 minutes, and then did it another 3 times, it came to an hour, and that was all in the same day. So something that was implemented in Halo Reach will be coming back for Halo 5. So, to conclude, the Halo 5 Guardians beta being held so early in development, there is a huge list of bug fixes and improvements that 343 as a team are going to improve. You know, many improvements were needed. I'm not saying it was bad overall. It looked pretty good. It played pretty well, even though it did, to me personally, it felt like a Call of Duty game. But other than that, you know, it played pretty well to me. It didn't feel buggy, but obviously 343 want to improve what's already there to make it even better, and that's really what I feel that game developers should be doing when they launch a beta. They should be obviously stat tracking everything, literally everything that happens, even if it's just a minuscule thing, just to improve the base game, because at the end of the day, the beta is essentially a demo version. And obviously people don't want to essentially have a demo version come full release. They want to have the full release in its entirety that doesn't need about 25 patches before it's the full game or several updates. It's not needed. And my personal opinion, you know, that's what happened with the Master Chief Collection. They just released it as it was and didn't really, I mean, I know they wanted to keep the base games there, but it was buggy and is still buggy as hell, and is still getting constant updates, and it's not truly fixed. So if, you know, that's what 343 want to do. They know what happened with the Master Chief Collection. They don't want that to happen again, so that's why they're trying to make Halo 5 multiplayer, at least, as best as it can be. So we are, well, winding up to the end of this video. I've been Dave from Gamebreakers, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.